1SR is not a sacrifice. It is the relocation of passion, not its extinction. But not being a sacrifice doesn't mean it's superfluous, so give yourself credit for doing it anyway. Remember when we were smaller we used to fall in love with ideas, characters, and stories and go mad about it. Allow yourself to be passionate to the point of absurdity in those things again. It is not a sign of immaturity. It can be fiction, it can be anything, really. Gadgets, tech, history, anything. Do you think by doing SR you are depriving yourself of women or their beauty? No. Do it for a couple of months and normal women would look 5x attractive. Try it. SR was never meant to be a sacrifice. This simple, common sense wisdom of not predisposing your brain to overly sexual stimuli was skipped just like 90% of the useful stuff in school. It's not a sin to want life to be easier. It's not a sin to want to thrive the easy way. SR, in a way, can be the biggest cheat code, the skip button of life. Some people find great righteousness or piousness in imparting this saying that everything good comes at a price. These are the same people who work for a damn salary all their lives, are secretly frustrated, never achieve a fraction of their potential, and end up dying without knowing what they were actually good at and what activities they could have truly prospered in. Their wisdom is good only for their very specific lives. This middle-class yuppie transactional wisdom is stupid AF. Existence cannot be quantified in a transaction. It's comparing the processes of life of which we have no idea to a banker. Some things, like this, are a win-win. In short, this notion of sacrifice is good in prospect, not in reality. Life is meant for exploration and joy, not sacrifice. SR is the greatest exploration of all. It is the best self-experiment. What do you know about yourself anyways? Give this thing 2 years to find out. 2 years is big, you say. Well, the pandemic's 2.5 years old. Let that sink in. Don't do it for the benefits, just do it for knowing what your true self is. We are so used to suffering for anything good that we forget even the scriptures said that in our true nature lies infinite bliss in which time itself becomes an illusion. Sometimes this matches the description of certain cosmic entity. Another name for this is Sat Chit Ananda, pure, eternal, unconditional bliss. Sorry to say this, but the more stringent, righteous, boastful or pitiful the discourse, the less the chances for its successful implementation. 2SR is a discipline. No, it is the greatest act of self-love. By committing to SR you are freeing yourself from all the dumbassery the world subtly indoctrinates you in. SR is easy. Difficult is not doing the laundry when you have a ton of clothes. Not taking a bath is even the easiest way of staying fresh. Not brushing those teeth is difficult. Day in and day out, year after year looking yourself in the mirror and being disappointed but still carrying on with a 50-pound weight on your head is difficult. SR is easy. SR isn't easy because you are afraid of what you would become when you would leave it. The biggest betrayal is forgetting that you as a man can move on. Life never ends. If your current mode of life ends, another begins. Sunset here is sunrise somewhere. 3. Do we really need to reject modernity and embrace masculinity? Mimifying SR. This is the most cringe of it all. Reeks of TikTok or install crap. You don't need to take a dump to not do it. Why would you even care? The more opinionated you become, the more is the hidden desire to share this secret arcane knowledge. The more you attract events which will make you relapse as you are fighting against it. Don't invent work for yourself. Just do SR in peace and without making it a fuss. You don't need to adopt the Sigma grinds, embrace Rome, or swallow the red pill. Just put work. The world doesn't bother about intentions, the world bothers about results. Yes, just put in the work. That's all. This ain't an ego trip. Other obvious common pointers, but missed. Your knowledge about SR doesn't matter. Your choosing it as a lifestyle does. It doesn't matter why you do it. What matters is you did it. 4SR requires willpower? No. In the starting phase, yes. Unequivocally yes, but later on if the journey is not becoming easier, you're doing it wrong. There is a difference between getting enthralled by the beauty, thinking sometimes about it, and actually doing it. Separate these in your mind. There is no monolithic entity called lust. It's a spectrum. Learn to differentiate. It's not about willpower, it's about making it a lifestyle, moving on completely, and depending more on routines, habits, and momentum rather than fighting against lust. 5. Don't woo SR. You won't get an award for not touching it. The 9 planets won't align to help you. Dumb events and unplanned occurrences will still happen anyways. Don't wait for a stupid magic number or the clock saying 11:11 for you to move on. The world won't improve magically, and even if it does, it will take time. A ton of it for that level of magic to happen. Before you look for occult science behind SR or success story, look at pause or POA. It takes years. Yes, POA and pause, look it up already. Yeah, I know, you read this book there and that. Maybe you're into Joe Dispenza, Neville Goddard, manifestation, and whatnot. But there's a catch. If you wait for all the things in life to click at the same time, that time will never come. It's like waiting for all the lights to go green so that you can have a smooth journey. Buddy, the package is built in. Don't you get it? People end up making a bandwagon of nonsense along with SR. Just do it for Christ's sake. All this philosophy and talk of Christ oil won't matter jack shit when you face the brute reality of life. Only the force of habit and momentum will. Some people, even with or without SR, are manifestation magnets. I know a friend who fucks his girlfriend on a regular basis and still cruises on life. Some people are not that open to the idea of attraction. You aren't inferior if you don't believe in this. SR is an experiment. Try it for yourself. 6. Forgive yourself to move on. Don't do SR as a punishment for past mistakes. You wouldn't go far. 7. Lust. Attraction is built in. You can't defeat the very force that birthed you. 8. Not agreeing to point 7 means you are yet to learn the difference between wanting sex and acting on it. There is no shame in admitting that you treat a winsome woman more kindly than any other person next to you, or want to be with her, or outright want her as a wife or girlfriend. Wanting something badly and acting on it are two different things with a 50-mile gap between them. Thinking about murdering someone is not a crime. Murdering someone is. See, it's very, very difficult to control thoughts, but actions are far more easily comparable. 9. The journey is gradual. You won't manifest $1 trillion by not fapping 3 months. Not as a rule, surely. You won't right all wrongs of the world by retaining a bit without changing the devastating self-sabotage that happens inside you. Trying to stop wet dreams, sexual dreams, or mild desiring of the girl next door. Sir, this isn't feasible. Stop voluntarily doing it for months, maybe 2 years, and then think of stopping sexual activities in the head. You don't lift a heavy dumbbell on the first day of the gym, right? You start slow. So is the thing with this. 10. The journey deals with compound interest. Benefits on the first 3 months are nothing compared with a 12-month streak. A 12-month streak is nothing compared to a 36-month streak. All of these flimsy streaks are nothing compared to the ultimate realization. You don't need it to be happy or relaxed, nor do you have to constantly fight it. 11. This is the most important of it all. Give yourself credit, even for a day, even for a week. Never, ever, no matter how down you are, forget that you're doing the best thing a man can for himself. 12. The question was never about whether the benefits are real, or whether if you retain for the mythical 12 years you get enlightened, or whether SR is worth doing. The real question is, are you even aroused when you fap? Or is it because you are scared of the future and shameful of the past? Or maybe you're just confused. There are a million ways to earn money, and who knows, you're missing on the next new trend. Or are you concerned that your family loves your siblings more and you're not on their pecking order anymore? Or that you are simply lonely? It is a bit odd to assume what SR on 5 years is like if you haven't been 5 years on it. 13. Doing SR will give you a 24/7 bliss state, really. If you're here, then not doing SR would have magnified your problems and you want to get rid of them. But one of the major reasons long-time retainers let it go is the thing the world owes them, a constant high. But this is not so. The brain is geared towards survival, not happiness. Even the Zen monks admit that their state of Zen-like bliss is an acquired skill after years of meditation and introspection.